What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, I wanted to jump right into price action today and talk about Bitcoin and just what's going on in the price action. We've had a dump from 39, geez, basically 40,000 all the way down to 35.5. I want to talk about if the price is going to actually consolidate here or start to recover, or what's going to happen exactly in the price action. If you guys are not subscribed yet, definitely smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and I'm going to dive right into the price action. Alright guys, so check it out. I just wanted to show you guys wedge theory and a combination of different indications and patterns which are playing out right now. And we'll just start drawing here. Okay, so for instance, smaller patterns, let's color coordinate them white. Okay, and notice the indication plays as the breakouts happen, even on the 7 and the 20. Okay, and I'm just going to keep drawing here for you guys. Okay, this one was very strong. We could just call this a top out. This one was very clear. Okay. Now what's nice is they had a nice little chain, just like this, and continuing right along. When you can find the sweet spot in the chains, that's when things really start to get exciting. For instance, right at the indication, right at the breakout, right at the indication. Okay, continuing straight along. I mean, this actually just played really nicely for a little while, guys. This was pretty sweet. Notice the indication crossings. Okay, now this one was very aggressive right here. For instance, we had a nice break up, and you would actually have to have had played Bollinger Bands in combination with maybe the Stotch, or even MACD would work nicely here, I'd like to say. But the Bollinger Bands were your good play if you were looking for a short on the pattern. Okay, so for instance, this was very aggressive. But notice that brief moment of overbought territory. Okay? And then the widening of the bands. Look at the bands really widening out. Now, the talk is what's going to happen right here. Are we going to break down? Is a flag going to form and then we'll continue to break down? Well, guys, the answer is very simple. We have a low projection here of around 32,000 as of now. At least that is bottom green logarithmic band, meaning that's technically where the bottom should be. That being said, the last time green logarithmic band was touched, we did break down below it and touch, under $3,000. Okay, so that is definitely possible. But if that does happen, I mean, my gosh, we could be down at like a 20-some thousand Bitcoin or even 17,000. I know that sounds extreme, but it is definitely a possibility. I have started scooping up some coin in these oversold moments. I do suggest you guys do the same thing, okay? Accumulating coin in oversold moments, and not just that, but notice the lows for the year. So here's what I suggest you guys do right now. As this starts to develop right here, okay, this pattern, whatever comes out of it right here, watch for maybe a W formation, okay? Watch for a sideways movement, for instance, a consolidation where resistances are touched, supports are touched, resistances, and so on. For instance, establishing a possible inverse Bart-Simpson, okay? We could end up with that. But if it starts to look like an ascending wedge almost, we could be running into a flag right here and have a big breakdown, okay? And that's when we can start to think about breaking down even further, okay? So again, guys, let me just show you the logarithmic bands just for transparency here. I'm going to pull those up right here. Now, I'm going to go to the daily. Now, as you guys can see, the bottom of logarithmic band would be touched if it were to just go down like this, right around, I'd say, around 33, 32.8. Okay, guys? That's where I think the low would be. Now, the reason I say it could go lower, because if you look all the way down here, you can see we clearly did break below green logarithmic band and even the red lines, and got all the way down, touching $3,800. So if that was to happen again, the low could be actually 26, or even lower technically, low 21. Okay. Now, guys, I know that seems devastating, but it is definitely possible. Think about the greed. Think about all the people that still want to buy Bitcoin, especially the big companies. They can manipulate that price down. There is definitely a lot of fear in the market right now. But guys, I am very confident that someday we will be back up at top logarithmic band. It just could take around 680 some days, maybe 700 days. But at that time, we will get a massive run-up. Okay, if you look back in time or go to the BLX chart, get rid of some of those lines so I don't have to clean it up later. Okay. You can go back in time and see the pumps. Okay, and what also is very cool is you can see the halvings. Okay, the halvings are very important here. That's what these blue lines are right here. Okay, so for instance, notice after each halving, there's a massive bull cycle. Halving, bull cycle. Oops. Halving, bull cycle. So guys, the next halving is, almost, 2 years away here. So, we have, it's actually more than 2 years. What am I saying? It's more than 2 years away. So we have some time here where the price could be entering into a phase of what we would call an accumulation phase. Okay? Now we had some little phases right here, but I actually need to update this, but think of this as just in time to accumulate as trend is retested, and we could essentially break down to these lower major support points, and those would be optimal buy times. But guys, just for transparency, I have begun to start dollar cost averaging in. I know this price is not accurate, by the way. The BLX chart always takes a little bit to catch up. But you guys get the idea. We could definitely break down a little bit here, and if so, we could run into some really good optimal buy times for Bitcoin. And guys, that is all the time I have for today. Just amazing times in the student program, amazing times in cryptocurrency, and it's really nice because once you learn to trade, you can actually make money all the time, which is extremely nice. And for those of you learning to trade or just starting to trade, remember to combine indications with your volume consistently, as well as find a good flow for yourself. Get in the habits of trading regularly, and not only that, but make sure to develop a win ratio so you can track how well you're doing, so you can start to have more confidence. Okay, confidence is king, not just in trading, but board wide. And guys, that's all the time I have for today. Just remember, if you don't come from a rich family must come from you. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.
Audio